Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to take a look at some more strange earthquake activity that's occurred in the last 24 hours. Here in the last 5 days, we've seen a string of earthquakes along the east side of the Rocky Mountains that seem to form a pattern. Well, we've got another pattern forming that we'll come back and take a look at here in just a moment. Also in this video, we're going to look at 3 strange lights in the nighttime sky. Video footage submitted by Crystal out of the United Kingdom. And these look like Chinese lanterns, but they are definitely not. I wanted to touch base real quick on yesterday's video involving the black sea urchins over in the northern part of the Red Sea, and the article that I shared with you guys dated June the 2nd of 2023 implied that the black sea urchins disappeared from the Gulf of Aqaba, and essentially that's what happened. They perished, and they perished very quickly. The scientists from the university have been studying these for 5 straight years, and they're very familiar with the coral reef and the amount of sea urchins that are in this particular reef, and for them to just disappear essentially overnight was quite shocking, as they implied in the video. They said something is going on here. And what was even more bizarre about this story, they have a lab back at the university, and the research lab tanks had sea urchins in them that also perished at the same time. All that was left was a little bitty shell of what once was a black sea urchin. So that's what I meant by disappeared. And I was just going by what the article was implying, that they disappeared from the Gulf of Aqaba. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by ARZ out of the northern United Kingdom. Look at that sunset, would you? All kinds of halo activity going on in the northern United Kingdom. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. All quiet in the last 72 hours. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, you can see a collection of sunspots facing the Earth, and these can be confirmed from the ground. Video footage submitted by Scott out of Shelton, Connecticut from today around noon. And if we slide the video over to the right, looking at the satellite image of the sun, you can see the sunspots are in the same exact location because the video was taken at the same time as the image from the SDO spacecraft. So here's a look at the Earth-facing side of the sun, once again from Shelton, Connecticut. Excellent video footage there, sent in by Scott. Quick look at the power outage situation. Not too much going on over here at poweroutage.us, with the exception of Texas. Texas has been lit up yellow for the last 3 days now. Not quite sure what's going on, but once again, just over 10,000 customers in the state of Texas without electricity. Checking in on the wildfire situation, we can see the smoke from Zoom.Earth, and the situation is not good. The wildfires have been just raging up here in Canada for several weeks, and you can see they've taken off in Quebec, and they've grown exponentially just in the last 5 days, and the wildfire smoke is dipping down into the United States, occupying multiple large cities. There's actually a wildfire in northern Michigan now that I'm going to share with you guys here in just a minute. But I want to share with you guys an interactive map of the wildfires up in Canada. This map you're looking at is dated June the 1st of 2023. I want to step it ahead to June the 5th today. I want to show you guys the difference, the big difference over here in Quebec. Notice all the new red circles. These are new wildfires that have occurred just in the last 96 hours. I mean, that's grown by a factor of 4 or 5 just in 4 or 5 days. Just incredible. I don't know how all these wildfires started at pretty much the same time, but Quebec right now is just overwhelmed with wildfires and, of course, wildfire smoke and evacuations. And the map over here at Zoom.Earth reflects exactly that. A lot of wildfire activity in Quebec, and the smoke occupying multiple states, large cities down here in the United States. Look at Pennsylvania. You would think there are wildfires in Pennsylvania and Ohio. There is, however, a wildfire in northern Michigan, in the Grayling area that closed I-75 just a couple of days ago. That would be right here in north central Michigan, and this is I-75. This is the major thoroughfare that goes through the Grayling area, and the wildfire is right here in north central Michigan. So it looks like the wildfires are starting to make their way over here into the northern United States. There's a large one in Grayling, or at least there was on Saturday, that was a 400-acre fire that closed Interstate 75. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. More earthquake activity. Look at the Soda Butte seismograph. That's a lot of earthquake activity. We saw that yesterday over here at Mammoth Vault, right up here in the northern part of the caldera. Now we're seeing magma intrusion. That's what the dark blue represents. It looks like the earthquake activity has moved over to the northeastern part of the caldera. Everywhere else looks pretty normal. There's not too much going on. A little bit of magma intrusion, but this is the seismograph. It's SOTA Butte, and it looks very similar to the one we just saw a few days ago. So some sort of activity going on in the northern part of the supervolcano caldera. I want to show you guys the latest earthquake activity that I've noticed here in the last 24 to 48 hours. There's been one up here in North Carolina, one over here in the Gulf of Mexico of all places. That was the strangest one by far. Last night around 9:15 p.m. my time, there was a 3.3 magnitude earthquake just off the coast of Alabama, Mississippi, southern New Orleans, right out here in the Gulf of Mexico. That is super rare. You hardly ever see earthquakes out in that area. Also one over here in Mexico. There's no fault lines in this region, and that was a 4.2, I believe, right there in eastern Mexico. I put together a little map showing you guys the location of these earthquakes that occurred here in the last 48 hours. A 2 in North Carolina, the 3.3 just saw in the Gulf of Mexico, a 4 over here in eastern Mexico, and a 4 down here just north of Cuba. Those in the last 48 hours. So the strange earthquake activity continues. We just saw a string of earthquakes along the east side of the Rocky Mountains. Now they've made their way down into the northern Gulf of Mexico. And I have an interesting video to share with you guys out of the United Kingdom. Video footage submitted by Crystal of some bizarre lights in the nighttime sky. These are the same video side by side. It was a vertical video, so I just put them side by side to fill up the whole screen. And these lights don't move. You can see by the tree branch here, the lights stay perfectly stationary. Almost looks like a big wing in the sky, a vertical wing in the sky. There's a light right here tucked behind the branch, and then you can see the obvious ones on either side of the branch that, again, do not move. And once again, if those were Chinese lanterns, it would be very easy to tell because of the tree branch. That's our gauge here. And you can tell those things have not moved during the entire video. So good observation by Crystal out of the United Kingdom. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website that you can always find linked down below in the description box. Look for this red tab that says Have a Large Video. Simply click on the red tab, drag and drop your video into the red banner. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.